I have no idea how they can make this decision. It's an embarrassing decision for the organization. I stand by that.
When a person get hurt, especially for your own city, and they cheer.
Does any of that make you regret coming here?
No, I don't regret anything in my life.
The tone-deaf element of that, and then to name him the starting quarterback less than 48 hours out of it, I truly feel awful for that fan base, because you can tell the fan base really likes Shedeur and wants Shedeur, and whatever reason why, I don't care. They don't with Deshaun. I'm shocked. I thought there was no way that they would name him the starting quarterback.
Well, now I'm tuned in to the dark times challenge.
So here we go again, back with another one. Now let's go ahead and get into it. The Cleveland Browns, Andrew Berry, Todd Monken, the owner of the Cleveland Browns, they just did the unthinkable.
That Cleveland fans have seen a lot of bad quarterback play, and even in that context, he's among the worst. He is among the worst. For a starting job, I would have gone Shedeur first, trade second, somebody like Todd Monken's former quarterback, Stetson Bennett, maybe somebody like that. Third would be Dylan Gabriel. Fourth would be Dan Orlovsky. Fifth would be Bernie Kosar. Sixth would be Deshaun Watson. Okay, maybe you got you and Bernie could do a little quarterback competition. I'd rather have that than Deshaun Watson starting, just for the Cleveland fans. Cleveland fans, as you said, Dan, deserve better. I don't understand how you can face the fan base. And maybe this is a locker room thing. Maybe there were veterans on the team who said we need to start Deshaun and give us the best chance to win. Fine, whatever. But I don't know how you can face the fan base and say this is the quarterback you deserve.
Okay. And this is exactly why Deion Sanders said what he said leading up to the draft, and people had an issue with it.
Where do you predict Shedeur and Travis going in the draft?
Top 4.
Ooh, that's pretty beautiful.
Anywhere from 1 through 4. One of them is going to be 1.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of them is going to be
speak it into existence.
And the latter one would not go behind 4. Now, all this is subjective because I know where I want them to go. And let's not forget shallow, okay? But I know where I want them to go. So there's certain cities that ain't gonna happen.
Okay, you on point.
It's gonna be it's gonna be an Eli.
Have you told him privately who you would like for him to play for?
It's not like who I would like for him to play for. It's a couple teams that I won't allow him to play for.
Whoa.
This is my profession. I know what's behind the curtain. We ain't got to get back there for me to understand what's not prominent for my son. I'm not doing it.
The same way the Mannings didn't want their sons playing for certain teams. Deion Sanders was trying to use his Hall of Fame status, everything that he worked for his entire life, to be able to leverage that for his sons the same way the Mannings did. And this is the exact reason why he was trying to do that.
At the same time. I've been telling you since February he was going to be a starting quarterback. February, March, he's going to be a starting quarterback.
Say that. But after what happened Saturday, guys, I just thought it was done.
All right, so Saturday, right? Like, I just wrote a column on this in The Athletic today. All he had to do was finish the round.
That's it.
Just finish the round. You could bogey, double bogey, hit it in the water, 2-putt, 3-putt, 4-putt. Finish the round, sign the card, shake your partner's hand, go home the starting quarterback. Instead, he threw his clubs in the water, he ran over the gallery with his cart, and he burned down the clubhouse. And he's still the starting quarterback!
That's a good analogy.
Felt like last week they was pointing to that, right? And I saw kind of how they was moving in practice. And I'm like, all right, well, Shedeur, go out there and play best you can and get better. I figured that Deshaun Watson would go out, and even I thought he wasn't going to play. But when I saw him trot back out here in the third quarter, I said, oh no, why y'all doing that? Because you're going to expose him to actually finding out that he has not been good during training camp. Like, let's be clear. I don't think he's outplayed Shedeur Sanders at no points in this competition. And he was with the first team. Besides all that, let's get to the press conference. I told people 2 years ago that I don't believe Deshaun Watson will ever get over the fact that he heard people cheering when he was injured.
Yes.
He will never get over it.
No, he told us.
I don't think he likes the fan base. I think he does not want to wear the jersey. I think he does not. He has a certain way he feels about the fans, and the fans feel about him. The problem I got with it is when you go out there and you say that, it's not the fact that I'm worried about Deshaun Watson. I'm looking at the collateral damage of everybody else. Deshaun Watson is now going to be, people are going to double and triple down. This is where we are in society today. On bullying.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I thought you meant on
no, they're going to double and triple down on bullying.
Absolutely.
So
because now they know what bothers them.
So now you thought it was bad here during the preseason. Go to the regular season when you get there.
When it counts.
When it counts. There are going to be people, the Joker said, there's some people want money, some people want fame, some people just want to see the world burn. And there's going to be people that show up just to show their disdain and boo every single time they can. Now, the problem with that is you got young players that you plan on starting. Fano, Concepcion, Denzel Boston, Harold Fanning, Quinshon Judkins.
Sure.
These guys is going to be out here trying to work and do their thing. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to hear themselves getting booed in their second game at home. And then when they boo, they're going to have reporters ask them, so what do you think about Deshaun getting booed? What do you think about you getting booed? Have you ever got booed in your life at home? Do you think the home fans need to stop doing that? Now they got to answer for it. And then you know what fans is going to say. Well, listen, you don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do. Now you putting your young people in a position where it's like, why? For a guy that has not beat out somebody. I don't get it.
And so it's clear what the Cleveland Browns are doing. It's clear what Andrew Berry's doing. If he even has a choice, I'm starting to think that Andrew Berry's a lame duck. I'm starting to think that Todd Monken's a lame duck. I don't think they have any power. I don't think they really have any control when it comes to Shedeur Sanders about what's happening with his career and what's going to happen to his career. I think it's out of their hands. I think it's already decided, or it's trying to be decided right in front of us, like it has been from day one. Because the Cleveland Browns, they don't want to win. They're not trying to win this season because there's no way they can put Deshaun Watson out there after what they just watched during the preseason. So a lot of people are sort of scratching their heads, but some people saw this. I saw this as a possible scenario that maybe the Cleveland Browns were just using Shedeur. Maybe the NFL was just using Shedeur for ratings during the offseason to try to keep his name in the algorithm, to try to keep the attention on the NFL. And they did a good job of doing that. And now it seems like we're seeing exactly what time it is. Maybe it's exactly what Eric Dickerson said it was.
You made a lot of noise with your with some stuff you were saying about things you felt about Shedeur Sanders in the NFL.
It is what it is. The NFL told other, don't draft him. Do not draft him. We're gonna make an example out of him. And this came from a very good source. And he said that, I won't say who, somebody called the Cleveland Browns and said, don't do that. Draft him. Yep, draft him. Don't do that. Because they weren't going to draft him either. They weren't going to draft him.
So what was the objective? He doesn't get picked. He's an undrafted free agent.
That's exactly what's going to happen. They were going to have him. He was not going to get drafted to basically show you this is what happens when you do this. I mean, look, McFred, the NFL got all kind of power. They do all kind of stuff. You know that, and I know it too. But no, they were not going to draft him. And like I said, when I said it came from a good source, it came from a very, very good source.
Makes me think, among other things, all right, they're not real high on his possibility of being the franchise quarterback.
Sorry, your phone line broke up there. I didn't want people to think we hung up on you.
Your guy. Well, I mean, how do the Browns roll Deshaun out for a home game?
It's got to be 2-0, 1-1. I don't know.
I don't know, Andy. I think I'll bet it's 2 games, and if it doesn't go well, Shedeur's your guy.
I can't argue it. And what does go well mean? Does that mean I got to tell you, if they get to 24 points, which I think is a pipe dream, just get me. We've been settling for 16 points per game. It was pitiful, and now we have one of the weakest schedules in the NFL. They should be able to make hay this year. I just don't know what the point is. Where are we going with this thing? If they can. It's frustrating. I think we're all frustrated by what we're watching.
What?
And I don't. No one has a lot of faith in the fact that the quarterback position is settled at all. I think they did a good job of bringing in wide receivers. I think we have a good running game. Love the tight end. I'm willing to work and figure out what's going to happen with this offensive line. The problem is I still don't think we have a quarterback, and that really is the bottom line. No matter what all the sideshow stuff is, we don't have a quarterback.
Even if you started Shedeur, you'd be saying the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what have we talked about on this show before? Build the team and drop the quarterback in. The fact that they're not starting Shedeur makes me think, among other things, all right, they're not real high on his possibility of being the franchise quarterback, and they're in position to draft a guy next year in 2027. Otherwise, you would want to see Shedeur.
Yeah,
would you not?
Yes, at this point.
I mean, if Deshaun's not going to be the quarterback here in 2027, I mean, we know that, right? That's not happening. Not happening.
I would say the percentage points are very minuscule, but I also would have said at one point the thought of Deshaun coming back and being the starting quarterback at any point would have been very minuscule. And people were screaming at me going, how can you say he'll be? I was like, return on investment. Guys, it's return on investment. And, we debate this every day. I'm not going down that road.
Shedeur could become the guy, but right now, today's decision, and we'll get it confirmed by Munkin in the noon hour.
Yeah, make sure you're listening to noon.
It screams to me, they don't think he's the guy either. Because if they thought he had a real chance to be the guy, he'd be the starter right now. Forget 2026. Think about 2027. If they thought he was the guy, wouldn't you want him to get as much playing time as you possibly could so that you can be sure? Andy, they have a huge franchise decision coming up. All right, we're going to take
so
all
is this double down bad for Sanders?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
They've said that you're not ready to play, and we're willing to play this guy that just it aggravated the entire fan base.
Two of the four,
and didn't look good on Saturday.
2 of the 4 quarterbacks might be on this team next year. And I would say the best chance of those quarterbacks to be on this team next year, Dylan Gabriel and Taylor Green. I think they told us something about what they think about Shedeur today.
I also wonder if they get to week 1, if what this quarterback room is going to look like. Because one of those guys is if they can get one to the practice squad, then all 4 are still here. Otherwise, someone's gone.
Shedeur is going to get his chance, though. And when he does, then he can change the narrative about 2027. But if this is true, if this report is true today, and no reason to think it's not, because everybody who covers football has it now. If the report is true, it screams to me that they're not sold on Shedeur as a long-term guy, and they shouldn't be. He's been okay, but he hasn't been great, and they have assets to draft a guy next year. And I think that's where today's announcement, when it comes officially, screams 2027 is our draft year for a quarterback.
We can hope that's not the case, but they continue to show us that it's not a meritocracy like they said it was when it comes to sports, that it was the last beacon of meritocracy in society, and the best man is going to win the job no matter what. And if you do and you say all the right things, that you're going to get an opportunity. And on the flip side of that, if you don't do and say all the right things, that it's going to be very hard for you to get an opportunity. But we're seeing all that dismantled right before our eyes, and I don't know what to say. Hopefully, Shedeur Sanders can overcome this, but it's looking like a long shot right now. But that's my take on it. I would love to go ahead and get y'all's thoughts and y'all's comments below. And as usual, peace and chaos.